Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you as always for your tweets. Craig Burley and Stevie Nicol is here. Stevie's had a long day. Started off with ESPN Asia with Phil Thompson very early, Stevie. You may as well tell your Phil Thompson joke.
How do you make Phil Thompson's nose 12 inches long? Fold it in half.
Hey!
I threw it at him as well.
There it is.
I threw it at him as well. As soon as I said, hey, Tomo, by the way, how do you make? He took it well.
Is this bigger than Mariners, yeah?
Well, it's longer.
Yes.
I think Mariner wins on the broadside.
Mariners got a bit more girth to it. Right then, if Stevie...
Yeah, but broader.
If Stevie was in Henderson's position being injured and lifting the trophy, would you go for a full John Terry, Stevie, kit, shin pads, the whole shebang?
Well, Dan, I have to tell you, I actually already did it. Because the last time we won this thing 30 years ago, I was injured, as was Mr. Hansen. And if you see the pictures, we're all fully kitted out. So I have to say yes, because I've actually done it. I've done a John Terry, there you go.
So is it your choice?
Well, they just said to us, look, it'd be a lot easier and it'll just look normal if you just put the kit on, who cares? And we went, aye, fine. So we put it on.
Shin pads as well?
Well, not shin pad, don't be daft.
I'm just saying, John Terry did, didn't he? Back in the day.
I don't know, did he?
Yes.
Surely not.
Yes, that's where the whole expression comes from.
Well, I'll tell you what then. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to guess that John Terry's got a deal with a shin guard company then, because that's the only reason he would be flashing his shin guards around.
You can't see the shin guards, you just knew they were on, didn't you, through the socks?
I'm going to tell, I've done it myself. I did it in the FA Cup final. I had a deal with a shin guard company and I made sure that everybody saw me shin guards. Now, I think if you look at some of the pictures, you may not see the name of the company, but certainly a lot of others you will.
Can you imagine how subtle he was, Craig, trying to show off these shin pads, Stevie, back in the day?
Oh, what?
Well, for those people that remember the great comedy show of the 80s and early 90s in England, Only Fools and Horses, he'd be like Del Boy walking about with his Filofax.
Yep.
If you want to look that up.
Flashing that everywhere.
Pretty much, aye.
Well,
much.
if there's money involved, you got to do it.
Did you get sponsored, Craig, by any company in particular?
Yeah, I mean, for cup finals and stuff in those seasons, yeah, Mizuno.
Oh, yeah?
Reebok, yeah, there used to be a few deals flying around. I mean, they weren't huge deals back in the day. I have no idea what they are now, but there were deals for, getting your boots and getting a few quid, but not anything that was going to match your wages or your win bonuses.
Stevie, did you cover your boots up? Did you tell me that story? You were sponsored by one company but wanted to use another, is that right?
I was, yeah. I was sponsored by a boot company called High Tech, and initially their boots were rotten. And I loved Puma boots. And so what I used to do was I used to take the boots to the cobbler. I'll tell a lie. I used to get with the apprentice to take the boots to the cobbler and get him to put the stripes off the Puma boots, take the High Tech stripes off. Take the High Tech stripes and put them on the Puma boots. Take the stripes off the Puma boots. The only problem was that somebody actually got caught on a Sunday newspaper. They had say Puma boots on, and the picture showed the sole of their boot and actually had Adidas all over it. And so all the companies then sent little messages out to everybody saying, right, if anybody does this, the deal's scrapped. So that was the end of that. I had to wear high-tech boots for a while, but they ended up having some good ones.
Right, let's get on with more questions. Craig, is Arsenal the new Robin Hood of the Premier League, taking points from the better teams and giving them to relegation-threatened sides off the back of their defeat yesterday?
Well, I think yesterday's performance and defeat was just a wake-up call to the supporters that easily get carried away, because, I think Stevie mentioned it after both the Liverpool and particularly the Man City game, where it was, it's men behind the ball. And we've seen, if Sean Dyche does that for Burnley or other managers, they get called defensive managers if they play on the counter-attack. So I think it's just a little wake-up call for fans, and not just of Arsenal, but of Man United, of Chelsea, of these teams that are chasing Liverpool and City, that just because they get the odd good result against the bigger teams, look at the bigger picture in terms of the way they've played against these teams, because it's not something you can take a long-term approach to doing to catch Liverpool. You're not going to get away with doing that for 38 games over the course of a full season and be contesting for the championship. So yeah, that just absolutely cemented for those that didn't realise that there's a hell of a lot of work still to be done for Mikel Arteta, no doubt about it.
Stevie, out of all the current managers with and without jobs, which one would you most like to play under and why?
Oh, Klopp.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I mean, he just looks as though he enjoys himself. The players have all got a smile on their face, you know, they all go to him. He's clearly a great character, he clearly looks after them. So I can't figure a reason why you would pick anybody else other than Klopp.
Would you say the same, Craig? Or
yeah,
Solskjaer maybe? I don't know.
I'd say Klopp.
Solskjaer?
Actually, Solskjaer, you know, we need to get Jan Fjørtoft on, to be honest with you, for his diploma. But actually, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, to me, seems a really genuine guy. You know, I don't think he doesn't try and play the politics. I mean, there's been the odd statement recently, but that happened. But he doesn't try and play the politics. He doesn't seem like he seems like a really honest, upfront sort of guy. I don't think it'd be an issue playing for Solskjaer. I just think there's a question mark long term whether he can take them back to where they need to be. But I would agree. I would say Klopp and maybe Zidane at the moment are two guys that seem to be, you know, Gareth Bale apart, that seem to be really pleasing their players with big egos. But yeah, I think just on an edge, I would say Jurgen Klopp for his enthusiasm. I mean, the players just seem to love to play for him.
Final question, Stevie. If you could have improved one part of your game, what would it have been?
Diet.
What would it have been?
I'm still thinking.
Wow.
You don't have to improve anything. Maybe you're just perfect everywhere.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say perfect, Dan, but I was more than happy with what I had.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I could heat it.
Yeah.
Left peg, right peg. Penalty kicks, there you go.
Yeah.
I wish I could improve my penalties.
Yeah.
My penalties were rotten.
European Cup final.
Yeah, penalty
At least
kicks.
you didn't take one in there.
Yeah, penalty.
Craig, for you?
Penalty
Which
kicks.
bit of your game?
Speed.
Yeah.
Pace. Yeah, I mean, I was all right doing the box-to-box that I did for quite a few years. And I wasn't bad, but I didn't have that, you know, I didn't have that pace to get away from somebody, so I had to time my run. So you see guys that just super quick. I would love to have been able to do that. Just know that I could go past somebody without even bothering about dropping my shoulder. Never could do it, so that's something. I worked on it. We had a sprint coach at a few of the clubs, and it never didn't help, put it that way. But it wasn't the slowest.
What was the method with the sprint coach? Was there like a point at the end?
Is, what you got to do when you got slow players, you got to get in the warm-up and run next to them.
Yep.
Makes you look good. What was the method for what?
For trying to get you faster.
Get the fast twitch muscles going. We had a sprint coach who used to drop tennis balls, and you had to react. I'm not saying that's he was actually a sprint coach for the.
That wasn't Tommy Tuchel, was it?
The athletics. Yeah. No, different things, you know. But no, I just didn't have that. That's the one thing I would have liked, a bit extra pace.
That's it then, boys. Yeah. Thank you very much. ESPNFC back on your screens tomorrow. Be sure to join us in. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.